Hello, it's Valerie from Shalebrook Handcrafted Soap in Moser River, Nova Scotia. And I had promised to show how I do a shaving soap. And I'm going to do it today at high temperature, hot process. And I'll give you the formula. And to see the formula, because I know some people have been problems finding the formulas, all you have to do is underneath the video, there's a piece of text that says, show more. And you just click on that text and it'll open up and it'll show you the formula. It's a basic formula. This is about the 6th one I've done, and I've been playing with it and tweaking it and just having fun. And that's what you should do, is you should take it and try it if you like and tweak it to how you want it and experiment and read up about shaving soaps. Remember, when you're soaping, whether it's high temperature or low temperature, to use safety gear like gloves and glasses, and be very careful. The other thing is that anytime you get a formula from anyone, you should always take that formula, and the first thing you should do is put it through a soap calculator and make it your own so that you can understand it. So this formula here, it's going to be done at 38%, and I will have some add-ins that I'll tell you about, and you can use them or not use them. It's really up to you how you want to do it. You can do this at low temperature hot process. You can do it in the microwave, on top of the stove, in the oven, however you want to do hot process. There's more than one way to do all kinds of things, and you should really just enjoy it and make it your own. What else was I going to tell you? It's super fatted at 10%. Which is 5% up front, and I'm adding 5% extra after the cook. I'm using 1.5% glycerin in it after the cook, and I'm going to use 6% sodium lactate. It's going to be made with dual lyes, and this specific formula I'm doing 40% sodium hydroxide, or NaOH, and I'm doing 60% potassium hydroxide, which is KOH, and 90% pure. And you'll see those on your soap calculator when you go to do it. How I do that is I run the formula through first in sodium hydroxide, NaOH, and I get the amount for that. And then I run it through again at KOH, 90% pure. And then what I do is I take 60% of the KOH lye amount, 40% of the NaOH lye amount, and I combine them and I mix them up with the liquid. Once it's dissolved, I'll add that to the hot oils, butters. Okay, so I just wanted to give you that introduction, and when I have everything ready and I'm going to add the lye, we'll come back. And I'll be talking about more things then. Okay. Hello, so we're back, and I'm just getting ready to add my lye to my oils. Temperature of the lye is about 193, and my oils are about 195. And I added 1 teaspoon of Bentonite Clay to my oils. So it's the first time I've done that in all my experiments with shave soap, so it's just something new I wanted to try. And my Crockpot is on warm, and this is a 1-pound batch. So here we go. This is going to actually solidify pretty fast because the high stearic acid content. So just excuse the noise, please, while I blend this together. Okay, this is not good by any means. So you can see what can happen at high temperatures. But my husband's laughing, so that's always a good thing. And we'll clean this up. Not too worried about that. Obviously, don't do such high temperatures with stearic acid, right? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that video camera off, and I'm going to bring it back when I get this cleaned up and back in the pot. Okay, sorry about that, but those are some things that can happen. That took me about 3 minutes to clean that up. So when you're using, so I'll just say something about that, is that I knew that was going to react like that. I didn't think it would go that fast. But with that high of stearic content and temperatures that high, that's what will happen. So my crock pot right now is on off, but I still kept it in there to keep it warm. And I'm just going to stick blend that down a bit, and we'll leave it for 3 minutes and keep an eye on it. So when you're doing this one, if you're going to do this formula, cook it at a lower temperature, like keep those oils and lye at around 150, and it'll still react. It'll still probably volcano, but not like that. So no worries, it's all good. We got it all back in there. And I'm just going to blend that a bit more with the stick blender, and then I'm going to cover it. This will cook up pretty fast to Vaseline stage. Excuse that. But I'm just going to cover that, and I don't know if you can see in there or not. My husband says you can, so there we go. All down. It's real thick because I'm saving 2 ounces of the liquid to add afterwards in rice milk and coconut milk. So the lye liquid in that was water and aloe vera juice. And I'm going to cover that over with some plastic wrap. And I just might turn that crock pot back on warm now. And I'm going to set it for 3 minutes. I'm going to set that for 3 minutes, and I'm just going to let the video run. Just so that you can see how this can work. So I'm going to take my glasses off now. So you can see it's good to wear glasses too, because that could have sputtered in my face. So I'm going to set that for 3 minutes. And I'll just say a bit about what's in the formula. Is for the liquid, I used water and aloe vera juice, the 2 types of lye, and the oils, butters, stearic acid, and I'll put that, what else is in the formula. And I'll be adding glycerin and extra super fat of shea butter and meadow foam oil, but you can add whatever you like, or not add it, or super fat all up front, up to you. And I'll be adding some essential oils to this, but no color. And I'm putting in 1 ounce of jasmine rice milk and 1 ounce of coconut milk, which is discounted from the total lye liquid amount, which was 38% lye liquid. This is going to come to Vaseline stage real quick. And I know that because of the last 6 batches I've done. It actually looks almost all Vaseline right there, but I'm just going to wait for the 3 minutes. And we'll check it then. Feel free to just skip ahead or whatever you'd like, but I'd like to show it from beginning to end where I pour it. I'll be pouring this into, or hope to pour it into a wave silicone mold, and I'll probably use a couple cupcake things too, depending on how much I have left. Once it solidifies, I'll do a shaving brush test on it and show you. So I'm heating up my silicone mold right now. It's about 160 Fahrenheit in my Breville toaster oven. So when I pour it, it gets in that little crevices of that wave mold. Yeah, so I actually debated redoing this whole video because of that volcanic mess. But, you know, it's really good to see that things like that can happen and do happen. If you're not watching what you're doing, I apologize about that. I wish I really would have thought of keeping those lower temps. Okay, so that's 3 minutes, and I'm just going to stir this up with my spoon, check the temperature, see where we're at here. Okay, so that's about 205 Fahrenheit. That looks like thick potato Vaseline to me, but I'm gonna let that just cook for 4 more minutes, I think. And I'll bring you back in 4 minutes. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes, and I've checked the pH on that, and the pH is good to go. And as you can see, we're thick Vaseline stage there. And I'm going to add my superfat and my glycerin to this. And that was kept heated on the stove. My crock pot is still, actually it was on warm, and I just turned that off. And I'm adding a tablespoon of sugar with a tablespoon of water. Like I said, these are what I'm adding to this. You don't have to add that. You can add whatever you like. I'm actually going to take that out of the crock pot now. Check the temperature. The temperature is about 201. Okay, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of yogurt. Make sure you stir, if you're using the yogurt that was at room temperature, make sure you stir that up exceptionally well. Then I'm going to add my sodium lactate, which was at 6% of the oil amount. This is just room temperature. And when I get this added, I'm going to add my coconut milk and rice milk. That's just warm. Stir a little bit in at a time. I really like jasmine rice milk and coconut milk in soaps. They really help with the lather. They make the batter smell good. So much good about it. That was heated up, right? That was heated up. So I'm adding a teaspoon of honey and a teaspoon of lanolin. And those were heated up warm. And I am going to add teaspoon of tapioca powder or flour, however you want to say it. I really like tapioca in soaps. I don't put it in all of them because it has a, for me, it discolors a little bit. But I'm going to add it to this, and I'm just going to add it cold because I really love how it makes it feel silky, or I think it makes it feel silky. And so I used 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons of water, and I'm just going to stir that up really well. And you don't have to use any of the stuff I use. You can use whatever you like, and you can totally change it. And then I have my essential oils of cedarwood, lime, hoe wood, a tiny bit of patchouli, and a tiny bit of benzoin. And that wasn't heated, it was just room temperature. Man, that really smells really nice. Whoa, almost lost that there. And then I'm just going to cover that back up, and I'm going to let that set about 7 minutes. And that just helps the sodium lactate to start working on that, and it lets everything settle. It's totally up to you what you want to do. So I'm just going to cover that again and let it set 7 minutes. I'm going to shut the video off, and when that's done, I'll bring you back. So it's been 7 minutes, and now I'm going to pour this into those molds, hopefully. This mold was heated at about 160 Fahrenheit. And I have it in a tray because it's a very fragile mold. It's not very solid. Okay, I'm just gonna bang that down. I'm going to top those off. Try to anyway. Okay, and that's about it. Being a bit too fussy, I think. And that's about it. And what I'm going to do is going to let those solidify. I'm going to put them in the fridge and take them out. And I'm going to clean up. And I'll show you the foam lather, how dense it is just from my hands when I'm cleaning up. And attach it to this video. And then when it's all done, I'll do a shave brush test and let you see that as well. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope this can help you even in a little bit. This is my husband's shaving brush. It's a Edwin Jagger. Is that right? And it's been soaking in hot water for about 3 minutes. I'm going to try to do this like they show on there. I just wanted to show you how that's going to soak up. So I'm just going to dump that water out, put that soap puck in, and I'll just put a little bit of hot water on there, pour it off, and leave a tiny bit in there. Is that right, hon? Okay. And then I'm just going to move this all around with the brush. Actually, I shook too much water out of there now. How many times do I go around, huh? You can see it's soaping up pretty good in there. I think I'm going to take that out now. I'll be in big trouble if I break my husband's. I'll just wipe that off a bit. I'm sure men wouldn't do that, but women do. I think they tell you a different amount of times how to do this on. And if it appears it's getting too dry, you can always just add a bit of water. I think I added too much water. Yeah, it looks like it. So if you add too much water, then you just have to take a bit more soap. Is that right? Because you don't want it too dry and you don't want it too wet. Am I in the camera? You can see it's soaping up there, thickening up, really dense. Just gonna squeeze that off. Whew, look at that. Exciting. Whew, see everything we got there? Probably have a lot of shavers look at this and say that's not the way to do it, but I'm just going to show you what it was like to get that, because I'm going to post pictures of this afterwards. Is that about it? So I'm just going to squeeze that off. I'm going to post a couple pictures, but pretty nice. Now my husband will have to shave with it, so he can let me know. Okay. Thank you for watching.